Okay, now I'm going to review the third Famicom game that I have, and that game is Mario Brothers. And as you can see here, this game has a different label design than the other two games that I've previously reviewed for the Famicom. But anyway, let me turn the light off here. There we go. Anyway, the game was released in 1983 in the arcades by Nintendo. It was designed by Shigeru Miyamoto. And this is the first game that has Mario's name in the title. And this is also the game where Luigi debuted. Anyway, the game was released onto the Famicom in 1983. And it was released onto the NES at about 1985 or 86, I'm not sure, probably 85. But anyway, the main story of the game is player 1 is Mario, player 2 is Luigi, and they're both plumbers. They have to clean out the pipes, which are filled with insects, crabs, and turtles. And you gotta get rid of them in order to clear a stage, or as they call it in the game, a phase. But anyway, I'm going to put this into my Famicom. Okay. Let me unmute my TV. You might hear a little static. Okay. And as you turn it on, you see the Mario Brothers tile screen. Very nice. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Now, the object of the game is to get rid of all the enemies on screen and collect coins. Every time when you kill an enemy, a coin appears out of a pipe. Collect that for bonus points. Okay. Phase 2. And this game is actually one of the best looking arcade ports that I've ever seen in terms of being ported onto a home console. I mean, this is actually amazing. It looks just exactly like it does in the arcade. It's still not arcade perfect, and I'm saying that in terms of in the arcades, if you put in a coin, you press start, it shows instructions on how to play the game. They cut that out when they released it for the NES and the Famicom. You can also hit the ceiling to get the coins. But unlike most Mario games where you jump, on top of the enemies, that does not work in the game. You have to hit the ceiling that is underneath them, and they tip over. You gotta run towards them, and it kicks them off the level. But anyway, this is phase 3, and what this is, it's a bonus stage. You gotta collect coins. If you collect all of them, you get a big bonus. If you do not collect all of them, you get nothing. Yeah, it's kind of awful right there. But anyway, this is actually a good bonus stage. It's very nice. just like the one in the arcades. The whole game is. It's actually amazing how they ported this onto the NES and the Famicom. This is actually one of the best looking games that I've seen on a home console. Yeah, but trying to collect the coins here. Now, I have a feeling I'm going to run out of time. Yep. No bonus. Dang. Okay. Now, in this level, you gotta knock out the crabs, and unlike the turtles, the crabs take 2 hits to get rid of. But every time when you hit the crab once, he goes crazy. And if you're down to the last crab, you hit him once, he's going to go psycho on you really fast. He'll go really hyper, and it is hard to get rid of him. But anyway, so let's get this thing started back up. Now that sound that you heard when I killed that enemy, that means you just got an extra life. I just got killed. See, the last crab, he just goes completely psycho and hyper on you. You also gotta avoid fireballs in this game. If you touch one, you lose a life. But anyway, this goes on for forever and so forth. But it's actually a very good arcade port. I'm actually surprised when they ported this from the arcade onto the NES and the Famicom. This is actually one of the best looking arcade ports that I've ever seen on a gaming console, on a home console. But anyway, this is actually a very good game. Let me see if I can clear this level right quick, and then I'll give my final thoughts about this game. Yeah, and right around phase 5, which is what phase I'm on, it starts mixing the enemies around. And then right around phase 6 or phase 7, you have to deal with the flies, which are a little annoying. Yeah, but every level gets crazier and crazier when you keep going. There's no end to it. It's basically just to play and see how good of a score you can get. Okay. I'm running out of time here. I've got to stop it right here. And it does change floors every now and then. And also, the farther you go, you eventually have to deal with the little moving icicles, which if they stop, they'll freeze the platform, and it can get a little unnerving right there. But anyway, final thoughts on the game. This is actually one of the best ports that I have ever seen in terms of an arcade game. It's not arcade perfect, but yeah, I think this is probably one of the best arcade ports I've ever seen on a home console. But in terms of the game, try a 2-player game. It'd be really fun. I've tried playing 2 players before. It is extremely fun. I would really recommend 2-player mode on this. You can play it as one player, but it's not that fun. I give this 5 Cross South 5. It's a very good arcade port. I've got to get going. See you later.